once again we are back on Boond Soch ki Tea Talk Train Our Thoughts. In each and every episode, we try and bring in prominent personalities on Tea Talk platform to share their experience so that the target audience gets some meaningful insights from that so that they can make their career in a better way. For last couple of years, we are surrounded by the pandemic COVID-19. There have been a lot of challenges for every one of us. Today on this Tea Talk platform, we are having Dr. Chris D'Souza. So welcome to Tea Talk platform.
Thank you, sir. I'm very happy and very honored to be here.
Thank you. Now what we have seen during a pandemic, actual warrior were the doctor. They were there in the field 24/7, fighting for the humanity, trying to save a life. They were the warrior in the front to save our lives. So salute to the doctors, and I'm sure because of them we could navigate and we could survive to a certain extent. They are the great warrior. Today on this platform we are having Dr. Chris D'Souza. A brief introduction. Dr. Chris D'Souza did his DORL in 1986, MS in 1986, DNB in 1992, Fellow of American Council Surgery from USA 1994, and FRCS from England in 2018. And Dr. Chris D'Souza is an eminent ENT surgeon based in Mumbai and practicing since 1988. Sir, association has been there with various prominent hospitals like Tata Memorial Hospital, Holy Family Hospital, Bandra, Holy Spirit Hospital, Andheri, Leelavati Hospital, Ali Yavar Young National Institute of Hearing Handicap. Great association with all the great hospitals, sir. And also, sir is also a director of an hearing disability clinic. And he is a founder of an Sounds for Life organization for restoration of an hearing in the poor deaf children and their rehabilitation. A great cause to give it back to a society, sir. And Dr. Chris D'Souza is also a visiting professor in State University of New York, State University of Louisiana, USA. And sir had published around about 50 books in the area of specializations, mostly in USA. We could see the number of books which are published by sir, and with the collaboration with an author from USA and Europe. And Dr. Chris have written 40 medical research journal papers across the world. And we are Tea Talk is proud to have Dr. Chris D'Souza. He had been honored with an award of an Orbit Silver Medal Award, contributing to the orbital disorder by Aloysius Scientific Press Europe 1994. Now second person in the world and the only Indian to receive this as a recognition. So we are proud of Dr. Chris from India getting that award.
Thank
you. Sir had performed around about 500 cochlear implants operation in 15 years, and 90% are the beneficiary for the economic poor background. And also, sir, I've got an association with a philanthropist like Ratan Tata and Salman Khan. They are associated with the cause what sir have taken as far as bringing smile to an hearing impaired, sir. So it's a wonderful brief, a wonderful way of giving back to a society. And we are thankful to you for sparing a valuable time of being on Tea Talk. Sir, now for our Tea Talk audience, we'll request you to share your journey from education to the professional career.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak on your channel. I've been in medicine for about 40 years. When I first started off, my father was a doctor, and there were 4 of us. He had 4 children. So the responsibility fell on me to become a doctor. I was extremely playful. I was an athlete in college, and I really did not know at that time what exactly I really wanted to do. I was terribly immature. I think it was a destiny that got me into medicine, and from then again I was very playful. I was a karate instructor. I taught karate for 10 years, and my heart and soul was in karate. So, but my father was very keen, my parents were very keen that I pursue medicine. And after I finished MBBS, I wanted to go to Japan to devote my entire life to becoming an excellent and extraordinary karate instructor.
Uh,
My father, of course, said absolutely out of the question.
uh,
My mother, who had supported me all these years in athletic events and sports, I was surprised to hear her say no. And that was because very often when I conducted karate classes on the roof of my house, on the terrace of my house, she saw the sheer violence of it all, and she feared that I would either kill somebody or be killed.
uh,
So she said, no karate. I said, if you want, you can practice as a sport from time to time, but you cannot go to Japan to become an instructor. They were also worried about my joints, whether I might damage my hands in that process. So from there, I went into a postgraduate course in ENT.
yeah.
Midway through the course, I was a good student, but I was not a phenomenal student. Midway through ENT, the seminal event that changed my life was when I got the gold medal in the diploma.
Congratulations.
And when I got the gold medal, the person who was most surprised was me. So, but thereafter I did not look back. And from a person who did not study much, I became one of the most studious persons on the planet. Thereafter, when I appeared for the Master of Surgery exam, the MS, I again stood first. Now, I was very fascinated by ENT, especially in diseases of the ear. Now, you have to remember at that time, it was around 1986, revolutionary changes started to take place in all disciplines of medicine. In terms of radiology, CT scans had just made their presence felt in India in 1986. Endoscopic sinus surgery just made its presence felt. So it was a very exciting period in my life. So I decided to go train in the US. So there I was accepted by the famous Dr. Michael Paparella at the University of Minnesota, where I did a fellowship for about a year. And then I came back to India. Everybody asks me, why did I come back to India? Why did I not stay on in the US? The answer is very simple. I was confused.
I see.
And I was also married. My wife was in India. My wife's parents were in India. My parents were in India. And my parents filled me with the thought that I have to come home and serve people in India, especially the poor. My father himself had trained in the US. He was offered a job in the US, but he came back to India. And ultimately he landed up as the Dean of the Nair Hospital in Mumbai.
Okay.
But all throughout my life, I was filled with the concept that we have to be of service to the people in the community. We should not use medicine to propagate ourselves and to accumulate wealth. So I stayed on I came back to India. But along the way, I felt that the education that I received in the US in 1988 at the University of Minnesota was not enough. So I went to Nashville at Baptist Hospital, where I trained with the most amazing, incredible, fabulous, fantastic Dr. Michael Glasscock. Dr. Michael Glasscock was considered the father of the American Journal of Otology. During my time, a lot of people would go to the house Ear Institute in California, in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Dr. Michael Glasscock was the first student to emerge from the House Ear Institute.
Nice.
So instead of going to California, I said, let's go to Nashville.
Mhm.
Everybody said, well, everybody goes to Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Why are you choosing Nashville?
Mhm.
But I was surprised to know that many people in the US, my friends in the US, said that I made the best decision
Yes.
because there were too many people at the House Ear Institute. So it was a little difficult for any one person to get all the attention that I sought,
Mhm.
the personal tutelage. And I must say, I never ever regretted that decision. I happened to be the only junior fellow that year,
Mhm.
so I got all the attention I needed. People were incredibly kind
Mhm.
and generous, and when they saw that I was very keen to learn, they opened all doors, and so that became the seminal influence in my life. And Dr. Glasscock was the person who has influenced me the most, and from him I learned utter professionalism. And of course, I was put through a very rigorous training, and we had to do many operations on cadavers.
I see.
So I can say that I've operated on over 2,000 cadavers
Oh,
in a period of 14 years on
Okay.
3 different continents.
I see.
In India,
Mhm.
I did cadaveric dissection in Italy,
Mhm.
and of course, I did cadaveric dissections in the US at the University of Minnesota, as well as at Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice.
I was one of the very few fortunate people who got a massive education,
Mhm.
and that has really been the most important foundation in my understanding of disease of the ear.
Oh, this is now Dr. Chris D'Souza on T-Talk platform. He had shared his qualification. His interest was into in karate, like that was his main passion. He wanted to get into that, but the parents have suggested to get into the medical profession, and we have seen the kind of a commitment, dedication in getting those qualification, and that too like maybe average in studies would like to make his career as far as the karate which is concerned. That was his first love which was there, but down the line once he started with an MS and the love for medicines, and we have seen the various qualification from diploma to degree to DNB to FACS and to the FRCS in England. I think it's an excellent episodes with Dr. Chris D'Souza. I'm sure like in the next episode we are going to take up the further journey of Dr. Chris D'Souza. I'm sure just go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel, and for to catch up with Dr. Chris D'Souza on T-Talk एक बूंद सोच की wait and watch for the next episode. Thank you very much. So thanks a lot for making to T-Talk
Thank you,
channel.
sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.